Yes?
I prefer the bright of day. Evil must be able to see the justice I dispense.
With ease.
Oh! Who goes there? Sorry. A little drink yesterday evening turned into a lot of drinks early this morning. I'm not in the best shape right now. Aye, but I don't want to waste your time with my sorrows. I know you're an important person. It's... this is gonna sound so... hells. It's me lucky charm. A pebble from Mithril Hall. I lost it somewhere on the March air. I've had the most terrible luck since I realized it was gone. I lost at cards. Spilled a full mug of ale in my beard. Probably die in battle now the way things are going. It's just so... Wait. The other thing that went wrong is I got a hole in one of me boots. My patron god is Marthamer Dooin. His symbol is a boot with a mace against it. Maybe if I get some fancy new boots, my luck will change back. I'm telling you, this'll do it. I just need some good leather, and then maybe that quartermaster Belagarm will order some made for me. Could you help me out? I heard a bear's been sighted around Dead Man's Pass, but I can't leave my post. Bring the bear's hide to Bellegarm and get me some new boots. I know you're an important person with lots of things to do, but if you manage this, you'll have a loyal friend forever.
I stand with ease. It will be done.
Under normal circumstances, I would never say this, but I could use some help. In the last couple of days, I dipped my fingers into a few pockets. One held a bag of junk and this notebook. It contains details of the camp defenses, commander names, and bits of conversation. Only a spy would make these kind of notes. We have a traitor in our midst. That's the problem. While I was working, I wasn't paying attention to faces. It could have come from a few different people. There was the notebook, of course. A potion, a candle, and this sheet of paper covered in runes of some sort. Robbed is such a loaded term. I prefer to think of it as easing friends' physical burden. As to the question, they were all soldiers, I think. There was the notebook, of course. Do I look like an alchemist to you? It might be a healing potion, but it's in a weird bottle. Maybe the traitor purchased it in camp. There was the notebook, of course. It's not your average tallow stick. Gold leaf is pressed into the side, and it's quite heavy. There's nothing else special about it. Maybe a priest could tell us more. There was the notebook, of course. It looks like the page was torn out of a book. I can make no sense of the runes. All I know is it came from someone's pocket. Don't let me down. Hey there, sweetheart. How's it going? Since you replied to me, I can only assume that means you got my present. Before you show me, though, I need to know something. I'm a one-man woman. Are you a one-woman man? You can't mean that. You wouldn't want to miss out on all the fun I can show you. I'm a wild ride. That's what I wanted to hear, sweetheart. So, where's my present? How disappointing. I thought you really wanted to please me. I would have made you very happy in return. You don't know anything about the real me. How could you possibly like me? Oh. Oh, I see what you mean. Of course, I can't argue with that. Sweetheart, you need to do a little more work. What I really want is a poem. Yes, a love poem. All about me. Give it your best effort, sweetheart. You want me? Yes, dear.
Yes? With ease. It will be done.
You gutless worm, what gives you the right to tell me what to do with my men?
You mean your 50 men? Why, my 350 men, of course.
A tenth of Daggerford's population, Delancey. 1 in 10. That's what I've brought to this effort.
And it is appreciated. But Baldur's Gate, and especially Waterdeep, have provided the majority of troops here. I'll not risk them needlessly. And who, pray tell, are you?
General Hayther Stonehand, Torson Cedric Delancey, allow me to present the hero of Baldur's Gate.
Oh, aye. So what was that business on Boroskir Bridge about? You know how many of our people worship Lathander, Tempest? And you burn the dead lord of bloody murder Baal symbol into the ground where he died. Great, that's sure to boost morale.
Hayther, please, show a little decorum. The reinforcements you've brought are a welcome and much-needed asset. Your presence is problematic. Many are disturbed by tales of Boroskir Bridge. It would be best if you were away from the camp for a time. As it happens, there's a matter that requires attention a ways from here. Word has gotten round that Kalar's forces are receiving supplies via caverns beneath Dragonspear Castle. We have a rough idea where the entrance is, beyond Dead Man's Pass, as the locals like to call it.
That's assuming the information we have is accurate. Torture usually gets you answers, but it doesn't always get you the truth.
I'd stoop lower than that if it meant saving the life of a single soldier under my command.
We have reason to believe Kalar Argent's top advisor, a priest named Heffernan, is quartered in Dragonspear's basement. We know very little of Heffernan, other than he apparently has Kalar's ear.
We do know that a series of caverns runs beneath the castle. We believe Kalar is channeling supplies through the tunnels rather than attempting to break our perimeter. So there is a way into the castle from below.
That is what needs doing. Will you do it?
Just so we're clear, our resources are limited, and our focus must be on containing the castle. If you should get into trouble outside this camp, you'll be on your own. We simply don't have the personnel for a rescue party, no matter how valuable the person captured may be. Before you leave, there's a tent near the camp entrance that belongs to a dwarf named Fossey Dugdeep. Go see her. She's been working on something you might find useful as you explore the underground river beneath Dragonspear.
We'll do that. Thank you, sir.
Not a problem.
You are more than welcome in my sight.
Yes? Not a problem.
Help me. Help me. Help me. Help me.
Forest rats do this too, when the pain is too much to bear. Look at his eyes. Minsk knows nothing of sickness, but he knows this man is ready to bash in a few heads. Watch out!
I welcome you with outstretched hand.
You have my greetings, faithful one.
Boo will help translate his rat cousin's speech. Aye? Sword first.
Your jealousy's just
I
eating
stand
you
ready.
up, isn't it? That's so sad. Try not to let it get to you.
Not a problem.
And you're certain it's stable? Ah, glad you came. This is Fossey Dugdeep. Fossey, tell them about the potion of explosion barrel. When you're inside the caverns, consult this amulet each time you come to an intersection. It will guide you to the best placement for the barrel. Now, Fossey, would you please excuse us? The explosives are just one strategy I've formulated to undermine our enemy. I've another that you might help with. These flasks contain poison, taken from a priestess of Talona we captured and interrogated. Her evil works can now be turned to the greater good. We know Dragonspear is being supplied via the caverns you'll be visiting shortly, if all goes as planned. If you put a few drops of this in the enemy food supplies and water, we would have an edge when we finally confront the Shining Lady. Here is the poison. 1 drop in a barrel of water, 3 in a crate of potatoes, and all who consume them will soon wish they hadn't. You are doing the Sword Coast a great service. May fortune smile upon you in your mission. Farewell.
Yes? Sword first.
Yes? It will be done.
For Waterdeep.